What if the next global crisis isn't sparked by a sudden attack, but by negotiations happening behind closed doors while missiles are quietly moved into position? Today on Amerity Code, we break down the rising tensions between Iran and the United States, where diplomacy and military buildup are unfolding at the same time. If you want clear, neutral breakdowns of global politics without the noise, subscribe to Amerity Code and let's decode this together. For decades, the relationship between the United States and Iran has been shaped by mistrust, sanctions, proxy conflicts, and stalled diplomacy. But in recent years, something unusual has been happening. While negotiators discuss possible agreements, both sides are also strengthening their military positions. That combination, talks on one hand, buildup on the other, creates a fragile and complex situation. To understand today's tension, we need to go back briefly. In 2015, Iran and six world powers signed a nuclear deal known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA. The deal limited Iran's nuclear program in exchange for sanctions relief. In 2018, the United States withdrew from the agreement under President Donald Trump, arguing that it did not go far enough. Iran then gradually reduced its compliance, expanding parts of its nuclear activity. Since then, tensions have moved in cycles. There have been moments of negotiation, followed by spikes in confrontation. One major flashpoint came in 2020 when the United States carried out a drone strike that killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani in Iraq. Iran responded with missile strikes on U.S. bases. The world watched closely, fearing a wider war. While open conflict was avoided, the incident deepened mistrust. At the same time, negotiations have continued in different forms. Indirect talks have taken place in cities like Vienna and Doha. The focus has often been the same: Iran's nuclear program and U.S. economic sanctions. Iran wants relief from heavy sanctions that have hurt its economy. The United States wants strict limits on nuclear development and more transparency. Let's break down the military buildup. The United States maintains a strong military presence in the Middle East. This includes naval forces in the Persian Gulf, air bases in nearby countries, and partnerships with regional allies like Israel and Gulf states. When tensions rise, the U.S. often deploys additional aircraft carriers, fighter jets, or air defense systems to the region. Iran, meanwhile, has invested heavily in missile technology and drone systems. It also supports allied groups across the region, including Hezbollah in Lebanon and various militias in Iraq and Syria. Instead of direct large-scale warfare, Iran often relies on what analysts call asymmetric strategy, using indirect influence rather than conventional military battles. Right now, the situation remains uncertain. Negotiations move slowly, sometimes pausing for months. Military deployments shift depending on intelligence assessments. Statements from leaders are often carefully worded, leaving room for both pressure and diplomacy. The coming months will likely bring more talks, more statements, and possibly more shows of force. The challenge for leaders on both sides is to avoid miscalculation. One wrong move, one misunderstood signal, could change the course of events quickly. For viewers trying to make sense of it all, remember this: tensions between nations are rarely black and white. They are layered, strategic, and constantly evolving. If you found this breakdown helpful, subscribe to Amerity Code for clear, unbiased explanations of global politics. We decode the headlines so you can understand the forces shaping our world. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think negotiations will succeed, or will military pressure dominate? Let's discuss respectfully. And until next time, stay informed.